My sister stood in my living room, screaming at me about being selfish. Her face was red. Her hands were shaking. And all I could do was smile. Because in my pocket was a folded piece of paper that was about to destroy her entire world. Let me back up. Growing up, I was the responsible one. My sister Emma? She was the golden child, the pretty one. The one who could do no wrong in my parents' eyes. I was 3 years older, so naturally I became her protector, her provider, her safety net. When I was 22, I got my first real job, sales position. Nothing fancy, but it paid decent. Emma was 19, still living at home, still figuring things out. Or so I thought. Our parents died in a car accident that year, drunk driver, gone in an instant. Emma and I were all we had left. The life insurance paid out $180,000. We split it evenly. $90,000 each. I told her, Emma, make this last. Invest it, use it wisely. She nodded. She cried. She promised. Within 8 months, her money was gone. Completely gone. Shopping sprees. Vacations with friends she barely knew. A car she crashed 3 months later. When I asked her what happened, she shrugged and said, I deserve to have fun. Mom and Dad would have wanted that. Fine. I let it go. But then she started asking for help. Small amounts at first. $50 here. $100 there. Rent money. Grocery money. I paid it all. Because she was my sister. Because I loved her. Because I thought she'd get back on her feet. 5 years went by like this. 5 years. I paid her rent 14 times. I bought her groceries more times than I could count. I gave her $12,000 for a business idea that never happened. I co-signed a car loan when hers got repossessed. I paid for her phone bill, her insurance, her credit card debt. I kept a spreadsheet. Every dollar. Every date. I told myself I was just keeping track, not that I'd ever need it. But somewhere deep down, I knew. Emma never said thank you. Not once. It was always, can you Venmo me? Or I need help again. Never gratitude, just expectation. Like I owed her something. I got engaged last year. Met a wonderful man named David. Kind, stable, the opposite of every chaotic thing in my life. When I told Emma, you know what she said? Finally. Maybe now you'll stop being so tight with money. That hurt. But I ignored it. The breaking point came at my engagement party. I'd saved for months to throw something nice. Small venue. Close friends, family. I invited Emma, obviously. She showed up 2 hours late, drunk with some guy I'd never met. She made a scene. Knocked over a champagne tower. Laughed about it. Then she cornered me in the bathroom and said the words that changed everything. You know, you've always been boring. Always playing it safe. Mom and Dad left us that money to live, not to hoard like some paranoid freak. You act like you're so much better than me, but look at you. Still working your sad little job. Still pretending you're happy. I stared at her. This girl I'd raised, protected, funded. She kept going. And honestly, you owe me. I was the one they actually loved. You were just the backup kid. So yeah, I've taken your money. Because it should have been mine anyway. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I just walked out of that bathroom, went back to my party, and smiled. Because right then, I made a decision. Emma didn't know, but 6 months earlier, our aunt had passed away. She'd left her house to both of us in her will. A beautiful 3-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood. Worth about $320,000. The lawyer had contacted me first since I was the elder. I'd told Emma about it. We talked about selling it and splitting the money. She was already planning what she'd spend her half on. A trip to Europe. A new wardrobe. Maybe a down payment on a condo she'd probably lose in a year. But here's what Emma didn't know. The will had a clause. If one heir was deemed financially irresponsible or a danger to the estate, the other heir could buy them out at a significantly reduced price or contest their claim entirely with proper documentation. I've been keeping receipts. Bank statements. Text messages. Every loan. Every unpaid debt. Every promise she'd broken. I had 5 years of evidence showing she couldn't manage money if her life depended on it. 2 weeks after my engagement party, I met with the estate lawyer. I showed him everything. He nodded slowly and said, "This is more than enough. You can make a case." I filed the paperwork. Emma had 30 days to respond. She didn't even know it was coming. On day 28, she called me. Her voice was different. Panicked. "What the hell is this legal document I got? You're trying to take the house?" I stayed calm. "I'm protecting an asset from someone who's proven they can't handle money." "You can't do this. That's my inheritance too." "Actually, I can." And I am. She showed up at my apartment that night. That's when the screaming started. That's when she called me selfish. I pulled out the folded paper from my pocket, my spreadsheet. Printed and highlighted. "You owe me $47,000, Emma. $47,000 I gave you over 5 years. Money I'll never see again. Money you spent while calling me boring and tight. Money you said I owed you." Her face went white. I continued. "The house is mine now. The lawyer approved it this morning. You're not getting a dime unless you pay me back first. And we both know you can't." She tried to speak. Nothing came out. "You had everything, my love. My support. My money, and you spat on all of it. You called me the backup kid. You said I was paranoid. So, now? You get to learn what real paranoia looks like. You get to learn what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you." She left that night. Didn't say a word. Just walked out. 3 months later, I sold the house. Made $340,000 after fees. Put it toward my wedding and a down payment. On a house with David. Emma? Last I heard, she's living in a studio apartment with 2 roommates. Works retail. Struggles to pay bills. She tried calling me on Christmas. I didn't answer. She sent a text. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean those things. Can we talk?" I blocked her number. Some people think I'm cruel. That family should forgive. That I should have been the bigger person. But here's what I learned. Kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. I gave and gave and gave until there was nothing left but resentment. And the moment I stopped, she showed me exactly who she was. My wedding is in 2 months. Emma's not invited. And honestly, I've never felt more at peace. Karma isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just quiet consequences. And sometimes the best revenge is simply letting someone face the world without your safety net. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real-life stories about family, betrayal, and learning to put yourself first. Drop a comment and tell me, would you have done the same thing, or would you have forgiven her? Thanks for listening to my story. I'll see you in the next one.